Welcome to Real Talk with Gigilicious. This is episode 18, and of course, I have my favorite person, Aubriana, here as my favorite co-host.
Hey guys.
And I just want to say thank you to everyone who did subscribe last week, and when I told them to, but I'm gonna re-say it again and be like, hey, if you guys watch us on YouTube, you guys are giving us the views, but also come on, subscribe to us. Don't forget to press that like button and subscribe because it will help us out so much.
You don't want to miss out.
When you guys put that notification on, you guys will literally get notified every single time we get a video. So don't forget, if you guys are watching from YouTube, hit that like button and subscribe button, please, because it helps us out and we like interacting with you guys. So come on. But all right, let's get into the episode, you guys. So this week we have one of my very close friends from high school. She's like one of my besties. Claire Walters.
Hi.
Thank you so much.
I love you so much, and thank you so much for having me.
Yay! Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey,
of course.
So I have my bestie here. So girl, tell me about yourself. Tell them our followers don't know you.
You can cuss.
Yeah, girl,
Okay.
cuss. Do whatever you gotta do. But
Okay.
let my subscribers know who are you? Like, what do you do? Let them love you.
Well, we met in high school. So yeah. I started actually modeling in high school. And that's what I do right now. I model in LA. I'm actually signed with an agency. And actually, my senior year of high school, I did middle college because I started modeling a lot more. And I didn't want to, I had to miss classes.
She's a model who's educated, right? She got the looks and she got the brains.
Yeah, so I started college early. So that was good. I got a lot of college credit ahead of time and stuff like that.
How did you even get into modeling in high school?
Well, because I got signed when I was 16.
Oh,
So
did it find you?
Well, so my mom always knew I wanted to be a model. And so she actually surprised me for, I think it was my 16th birthday. She surprised me with this photo shoot. And she set up a makeup artist, a hair person, a photographer and everything. She's like, I have this shoot for you. And that's my very first photo shoot.
Go,
And
Mom.
I think it was before I turned 16.
Yeah, I have a question. Is it that one photo when you were in the car, out and
yeah, that one. And then that green
awesome.
photo of me with I kind of had blondish hair at the time.
You definitely had darker, lighter hair.
Yeah.
Oh
And then after that photo shoot, I submitted to a lot of agencies in LA, and then I heard from 2 or 3 of them, and then I signed with my first one when I was 16. And then that's when I finally started.
Options.
For real.
Yeah, and then I went to
Okay.
Greece when I was 17. So that was my first time going out of the country by myself.
Holy
So-
shit. Okay, so for example, obviously I know that you said that your mom always knew that you wanted to model.
Yeah.
Why did you want to model? Just because you had
Well,
the height for it?
Yeah.
Obviously you do have the height for
Well,
it.
it wasn't at first. It wasn't height because I was always kind of shorter.
Okay.
When I was younger, I used to do gymnastics, so I was always the short one. I was always it stunted my growth, and with my friends, I was always the shorter one. And then when I quit gymnastics, I grew more. But when I was 13, 14, 15 is when I wanted to do it because I've always looked up to those types of models and influencers, and I've always been into fashion. I've always loved wearing fashion, all of that, into fashion, and just the idea of traveling and shooting with cool people and meeting people that always fascinated me, and yeah, so that's kind of what made me want to do it. It all sounded really interesting and fun.
That
So-
seems a lot of fun.
Yeah, and
well-
I was so blessed to be able to actually do it because a lot of girls want to do it, and it's so competitive.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask you. So,
Yeah.
were you very really nervous your first time, or was it very natural for you? You knew that was oh yeah, this is my shit. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. How was it?
I was this is my shit kind of
Okay.
thing. Yeah, it felt super natural for me. When I first started doing it, I was I love shooting. I didn't even feel nervous at all. I sometimes feel nervous with videos or certain commercial auditions. I've done commercial auditions before and stuff like that. I get more nervous with that than shooting. I love shooting. and
Have you
all
always
of
been
that.
a photogenic person, videogenic person? Because I know, for example, low key, me and Aubriana can be models because we love taking photos, and recording
hell
everything.
yeah.
You know, but
Gigilicious over
right?
here.
Shit, hit me up, agencies.
Yeah.
I'm right here.
Yeah.
We're a little shorter
But
though.
I know, low key, I'm Aubriana's.
okay.
Aubriana, she knows how to pose. She
Wait,
knows
you
her
guys
shit.
similar height or
She's taller than me. I'm 5'2.25", sometimes
Oh, yeah.
5'3".
I think I'm 5'3", 5'3 and a half.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, but I mean, in the same time though, I'm pretty sure. Obviously, I've for example, America's Next Top Model.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I've watched that
the
show.
first 18, 17 cycles, they really mostly had like, slim, certain height
Yeah,
requirements.
they love tall girls, like
now,
6 foot tall. Like,
Yeah.
But
No,
now
it
they
has
allow
changed.
everything.
It's
So like
different.
obviously,
Yeah.
do you think that like, people like us, people who are like 5'3", 5'2", or even like whatever, even size, plus size, do you think it's more successful now compared to like how you were even like 14, 15, 16 when you were modeling? Because I completely think like maybe like 2016 and up, like all of that has changed.
It's changed completely.
And now it's like, bitch, body positivity, like anything goes. Like not every person's not gonna look like Claire. Not every person's gonna look like Ops. Like everyone's different. So
yeah, and like sadly, like there's a negative part of the industry where a lot of girls, they get in their head and they it's like body image type of thing, and like they want to look like certain girl, they want to look like a certain body type, and they get eating disorders and they try to look a certain way and all this, and it's so unhealthy. And it's like I've never had that experience, but I've actually had a couple of girls that I've met before that have kind of had that. Like in Greece, like a couple of the models wanted to like not eat as much and wanted to look in a certain way, and I was like girl, you look skinny, like you look beautiful and pretty, and like if you're having an agency like influence you like that in a way where you're like overthinking how you look and all that, then they're not the right agency. Like you need to work with people that love you for who you are and like make you feel beautiful, and like so you're not in that negative headspace.
Do you think that's like still as much a problem now that like agencies try to push their models to like be a certain
I actually
look?
think it's a lot better now than like it was a few years ago.
That was like obviously like putting that mindset in their heads, kind of like, hey, if you're not blonde, if you're not like brown headed, because I know that's for example, like I know Claire's my bitch, so I've been following her since like ever. I always support her, right? So I know when you went to Greece, they made you dye your hair brown, right?
Yeah, I have blonde hair and they made me dye my hair brown.
So like, how did that make you feel?
That's
like,
not your natural hair color?
This is my natural hair.
Yeah,
I went back to natural, but I used to bleach my hair like blonde.
So like, how did that make you feel when they're like kind of like, we don't really like the way your hair is or whatever it is? Like,
I mean, I was fine with it just because it was just like my hair.
So
I was like,
change.
It wasn't like, oh, like we don't like your body, like you need to
your
do
cheekbones
this, or like you need to like eat salad.
But I mean, I'm pretty sure this how it is. Like, oh girl, your hips are a little bit like 2 inches bigger than it's supposed to be.
I was like in Greece, like all of us would go out to dinner and stuff like that, and like everyone would order salads, and I'd be the only girl. I'd order like literally, I would order like the biggest thing of pasta, and I'd be like, I just love pasta and pizza and all of that. Like I literally eat whatever.
Also, everyone's body type is different, so obviously, like yes, I'm pretty sure your metabolism has always been like very fast. You've always been like very slim, right?
Yeah.
And so like for me, like no, I actually like can't do that. So I get why like girls, so I understand it, but at the same time,
but it's still like you need to have a healthy diet. It's like balance.
If
it's
you're gonna be
like
in
you
an
don't need to
like that, don't do it the wrong way. Do it the right way. So like, come on, if you can't get that size or whatever, in that case, get following that also can't get that size. That's how you're able to be relatable. That's how you're able like to make connections with other people to like make you guys well known or be like, hey, all right, Claire isn't always fucking like skinny all the time. She gets bloated. She does
exactly. I get bloated after
everybody gets
like
bloated.
Exactly.
And people used to ask me all the time, like, you don't eat? And I'm like, girl, I eat everything.
Bitch,
and
I'm
it just
hungry.
Fast metabolism.
Same with me. I have a fast metabolism. Like I eat whatever.
I used to go and like eat everything, and everyone's like, how do you eat all that? And you like say this way, and I'm all I just have fast metabolism. It's just what it is.
Literally right before this podcast started, she was like, low key, Gigi, I ordered pizza. Like, can I eat this first? I'm like, bitch, grub.
I know.
Go ahead.
I need pizza. I'm sorry. Like, can I do that?
I'm like, do it, bitch.
Hell yeah, do whatever you gotta do.
So I know you just mentioned that you were at Greece when you were 17 years old. However, this past summer, you went to fucking Italy, bitch.
Yeah, I went to Italy, and I was so excited about that because I've always wanted to go to Italy, like always. Not just for modeling, just because like it's just so cool being able to go to a country like that. That's so beautiful.
Obviously,
and, like,
I know that you are. Your mom is British, so you've been to Europe and stuff. But you've never been to like Italy or anything like that.
But I've never
beforehand?
been to Italy.
Okay,
no, so that was my first time.
How was your experience there?
It was so good. So I went to Milan, and that's the fashion capital of Italy. So it's very like fashion forward, very like people will be walking on the street and they have like the coolest outfits on, and it's like, and I've had a lot of photo shoots in LA, but the photo shoots in Milan are way different than LA. Like they're so like high fashion, so like it's like what I look up to and what I want to be. Like I love like editorial shoots and stuff like that. So it's like
editorial.
Yeah, so it's like what you see in like New York and like stuff like that, and like covers of magazines.
Yours is high fashion. Yours isn't just like
that's what I love to do.
More like
What are like the different kinds of modeling? Sorry.
No, it's okay. Like my girl Lindsay, she was my roommate in Italy. We became super close. She does a lot of that kind of like lingerie sex. She's killing it. Like,
Oh yeah, trust me, I'm following this bitch right here, and shout out to Lindsay because your photos, girl,
She's
they're
hot as
fuego.
No,
Okay,
yeah, she's killing it. Out
she's
there.
amazing on there.
Yeah.
Also, though, you guys had a little bit of I think you had a photo shoot together where you guys were like the moon and the sun.
Oh yeah.
Bitch.
Yeah, that was fun.
Good.
Yeah,
Check
they,
out
like,
her
painted
Instagram.
us.
What's your Instagram?
Claire S. Walters.
Because you guys will
Follow
not regret
her.
it. You're welcome. I just blessed your feed. Subscribe to our YouTube channel because I will bring more people like that.
Hell yes.
But so since you were in Italy, I know COVID is completely different. I will think it's different because it is a different country. How is COVID over there? Because I know there was a little bit of a struggle for you coming back.
Oh yeah, that was a nightmare.
So
for me.
damn.
But okay, well, the first 2 months I was there, because I had a contract for 2 months with an agency over there. That was so much fun. Like, I stayed with roommates over there that I was actually signed with in LA too. They're with my agency. And so I stayed with them and we became super close. And like one of the girls is like my sister now, like we're super close. And so we would get lunch together, we would take photos, and then we'd all have like our own photo shoots because we were with an agency. So like the agency would set up shoots and like we'd all go to castings. So like castings are like you go to see the client and then the client like considers booking you and stuff. And there was actually Fashion Week over there, and we didn't get Fashion Week.
Wait, I don't want to interrupt, but you saying that you technically went to Italy and you didn't have like a actual like set job. You had to like work for your job still.
Yeah, well, I did book jobs. I
Okay.
booked like 3 or 4 jobs.
So-
just because of like COVID, there wasn't like me and like my roommates, like Lindsay, like we
I don't
didn't
know a little bit about modeling, so I'm being a little like.
So like when you're on contract for 2 months, like they don't have like stuff lined up for you all the
Yeah, you
time.
don't
and you
know.
still have to
So you
find
have to
things.
go-
You just have to
go
stay
to
there.
casting. So like it's a little
okay.
different
Okay.
in like Europe than LA. Like LA, like sometimes I'll get direct bookings from clients
That's what I thought it was.
reach
I
out
thought
to
you were
me.
going to Italy.
Yeah, no, it's like
They kind of sent you in like, hey,
it's just,
whatever
it's
like,
like
you
stay
it's
get.
there.
basically just like
and
a
find shit.
contract, with an agency. And then basically once you go there, then you go to see the clients and then they consider booking you for jobs. And then when you're not booking jobs, you're doing like photo shoots for your portfolio. So then you show the clients
And
your
your
portfolio.
agency,
It's
like,
kind
is
of
having you do
complicated,
that?
but what?
Your agency is like having you do all like the stuff for
Yeah,
your
so
portfolio.
like
They're
send
setting all that
us-
up.
Yeah, they send us everything, and then they get a percentage of what we make. So like they get like, so the thing with like signing with an agency that's not your agency, like, so there's a mother agency, and then there's an agency you sign with like in another country. Like, so my mother agency gets 20%, and then they get 20%. So it ends up like being like they get 40% of like, which is a little more out of like my paycheck for a job that I do.
Girl,
So it's
what?
like,
You're taking your money, but also yes, I
no,
get
but
it.
that's just like
They're
how it
helping
is.
you.
'Cause it's
Yeah.
like,
I get
Makes
it.
sense.
because if my mother agency sets it up and then I'm signed with them, it's like that's kind of like how it works. Otherwise, they don't make.
So I know we're going to talk about COVID, but
Oh yeah, no,
we'll
I was
mention it
gonna-
later.
I totally forgot about
But-
COVID. I was like, yeah,
It's easy
I
to
got
get off
sidetracked.
topic.
I know, I'm sorry.
But yeah,
But
there
I
was
do want to.
COVID
But I
over
did
there.
want to mention before we do go into COVID is the fact that so did you have to earn money to stay in there? Because did you not have any money going in there, or like did you get paid while you were in there as
So
well?
no, that's the thing with like Europe is like you have to, if you're a model and you're signed over there, you have to pay for everything. Like you have to pay for your plane ticket, you have to pay for the place
Like
you're staying.
yourself?
Yeah, ourselves. So like me, Lindsay, and then our other roommate Jackie, we all split for the
Also,
Airbnb.
yeah, Jackie, I love your photos too, bitch. I love the short hair.
Yeah, she has a very like they loved her look out there. Actually, she did a lot of hair jobs and stuff.
to me, her
They
look
love the different look. That's the thing. Like they
very
love
grungy,
like, the
very
very
like. Also, she can be playing the innocent look too as well. Because I know that
Yeah.
she had photos where she was very like, all that stuff, but also kind
Yeah.
of like, hi, I'm innocent, I'm short.
Wait, guess
like
how
short
old
hair.
she is? Because you know what she looks like, right?
Yes.
Guess
so
how old she is?
I think she's like 18, 19.
No.
She's
I don't know who
older.
this girl
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Sorry, not old. How old is she?
She's 27.
Girl,
She's 27 and she looks like
Jackie,
she's like-
what
yeah, she
is
looks like she's
your like
18.
skin like routine? You look 18, girl.
I thought she was like 18, 19
Yeah.
when I met her, and then she's like, oh, I'm 27. I'm
she's
like,
older than Lindsay.
yeah,
What?
I know.
She's like, Aubriana's like,
And
who the fuck are
Lindsay-
these
Come on,
bitches?
I don't
I'm
know.
sorry, mommy.
and
I'm sorry.
Lindsay's 19, and I'm 20. I thought she was gonna be like 21.
Wait, I
22.
thought Lindsay was. 21.
I thought she was like 22 or something. Yeah,
Damn, you guys are
How old are
catfishing
you?
me, bitches.
I'm 20. I'm gonna turn 21 in
Oh.
December.
She's turning in July, bitches.
21.
My girl turns 21 in
I still
July.
have to decide what I want to do. But.
Well, when you were in Italy and Europe, you can drink still because you're
Oh yeah,
the
but
drinking
yeah,
age.
so that's the nice thing is like drinking age is 18. So like we would always buy a bottle of wine and like you know, drink at
The
night
amount of times
and like have
this
fun.
bitch will call me in Italy and FaceTime me. It would be like
Oh,
8 o'clock. This would be so drunk. It'd be like, it's like 2 o'clock over here.
I know. No, and then like I would forget the time difference. Oh wait, oops. I would forget the time difference, and then I would like call her, and Gigi would be like, "It's the middle of the day for me," and I'd be like, "Oh, I'm like fucked up. It's like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
for me." Like,
And I'd be like, I just got to work, babe. Can I call you back? You're like, yeah, call me back. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I like get off of work, and this bitch would be like, it'd
dead
be dead. Yeah,
asleep.
she'd be asleep.
Yeah,
I'm
So
like,
the
oh.
party's over.
yeah,
Honestly though,
but it was fun though.
That was
We
one
had a
thing.
fun time.
Yeah, I love the fact that like sometimes I was trying to get her at the same time. Like I'll FaceTime her, but like I just woke up. Sorry, I'm like brushing my teeth. I'm like, oh shit, sorry.
Yeah, and I love you for that. Thank you. I like just got to Italy, and Gigi called me the next day. I got there in the morning. The first day that I was getting ready to go to our castings and everything, you called me like, hey, I just want to check up on you.
Yeah,
and like
I
I
wanna make sure
really
you got there
appreciate that.
safe.
Because you were the only
she's really
person
good
that
about
actually
that.
like called me. So I was
Aw.
like, that like made my day. I just want to say that like I love you for that.
Thank you, Mama. I want to make sure that my girl's okay. I know you had a really long flight, and I know
Yeah.
that when you went to Italy, there was like you missed your flight. They fucked up your flight at
Oh
first,
my
so I
God,
got to make
yeah.
sure that you were like
It's
good on
funny because
that.
I had like issues going there and I had issues coming back.
Yeah, so
like, it was,
now
like,
we can talk about the COVID.
now we're talking
because
about COVID.
what was the problem for you coming back? Because you were there a little bit, like 2 weeks more than you were supposed to.
Yeah, so I was supposed to leave on March 5th. And so I had a shoot with this photographer, and I had no idea he had COVID. He wasn't coughing. He didn't show any symptoms. And
Did
so
he know that he had COVID?
No, he didn't until after he
okay.
got tested. Yeah. And so I shot with him. He was a really good photographer, and like I got some really good photos from it. But like I had no idea he had COVID. And like, so after the shoot was done, he was like, oh, do you want me to drop you off back at your apartment? Because like, so basically like, we didn't like have cars, or obviously like we didn't like take taxis or anything. So we had to take like the metro everywhere. And I didn't feel like taking the metro. And so he's like, oh, can I drop you off in my car? Like, I don't mind doing that. I was like, sure, like that'd be great because it was kind of far. So he drove me, and it ended up being like 30 minutes in the car with him. So we were like talking in the car, and that's like literally like
all the fucking
that's
germs
like a
and
fourth,
everything.
that's like
Yeah.
a less than 3 foot distance from each other of like us talking in
because
a
you guys are in
car.
a car. Yeah.
We're in a car for like
You were
30
really
minutes,
getting
and that's how you
COVID.
can, yeah, exactly. Like that's
She was
how
like,
you get it.
He's like
Like-
putting it on you.
Yeah, he was like breathing up. No, but
Bitch, hot breath. Get the fuck away from me.
no, but yeah,
Right.
obviously, like I had no idea he had it because he wasn't showing symptoms. And then I was fine for like a few days after that. And then I get a call from my agent, and he was like, hey, Claire, how do you feel? And I'm like, I feel fine. Why? And
Yeah,
he's
I'm in
like,
Italy.
oh, because Livio, the photographer, he was like, he just called me and he tested positive. And I like look
Like,
at
shut
Lindsay.
the
I'm like,
fuck
are you
up.
serious
Like, tell me you're lying,
right now?
bitch.
No, I literally was, because I was gonna leave the next week. So I literally was like, are you serious? Like, and I was just remembered in my head, I was like, I was sitting in a car with him for like 30 minutes, and we were talking. And so I was like, okay, shit, like that's not good. And then obviously I knew with like traveling, it's like such a fucked up situation, like traveling and everything, like with COVID, because you can't travel unless you have a negative test. So I was like, okay. And then I told my parents, and I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm supposed to go home like in a week. And they're like, okay, well, you just have to like take a test. You just have to do take a COVID test and just see how it is. So I was like, okay, yeah. And I took the test, and I was negative because it didn't like hit me yet. And then I got symptoms, and then I was like,
Yeah,
okay, I need to take a
You
test.
were saying how you were fine. All of a sudden, you're like, guys, I feel like I got like ran over by a fucking truck. Like you feel like shit the next
Yeah,
day.
but then
something like
I tested before I felt like that, and I was
Okay.
positive. And then I knew I was positive, but then I lost my smell. And then I was like, okay, yeah, like, and that was weird losing my smell because like I like knowing how I smell. Like I always like smell my shampoo and like my
You're like,
perfume and
that. I
like,
smell good
and then
right
I was like
now.
washing my hair, and I was like, wait, I don't smell my perfume. Like that's weird. And then I like sprayed my perfume on me like 5 or 6
and that's when you
times, and I
realized.
couldn't smell it. I'm like, oh my God, I lost my smell. Like it was like the worst. And then a few days after that is when I got sick. Like I couldn't get out of bed for like 2 days. I couldn't leave my bed. And then a week after that, I could walk to the kitchen to get food and like water.
That
and
was
then
it.
go
That's all
back.
your
And then
energy.
that was like all my energy doing that.
Damn.
So how did that
lasted?
affect you from a week before? So when did you
So-
take your test, and when did you have to leave? Like,
So I took my positive test on like March 7th or something. No, sorry. The end of April. It was like a while ago. I had to take like 5 or 6 COVID tests before I flew home, but I took it like the end
triple
of
check
April.
that you're good.
Yeah, like April like 25th or something like that. And then I was positive, and then I had to and then I stayed in like a family friend's apartment because our like lease was up. So I was staying there because I was originally supposed to like stay there for 2 weeks and then go home. So I was staying there, and then she had to not like be there because obviously she didn't want to get COVID. So she was staying with her sister.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Damn.
but she let me stay at her house, which I really appreciate because like she could have been like, no, I don't want
No,
you
yeah,
in
get
my
the fuck away
house.
from-
Like, you have
Get your
COVID.
germs away from me.
But she let me stay. Yeah, no, exactly. But she was super nice and she let me stay there. So but I was sick there for like a week and a half or however. And then I tested again to see because I was gonna fly and we had to reschedule my flight. And so my mom was like, okay, you're probably not gonna have COVID in a week. So like I'm gonna reschedule your flight. I tested again because I didn't have symptoms and I was positive again.
It was still in your system.
It was still my system. And then a week later so I couldn't fly. And then a week later I tested again and I was positive.
So that was
And
then-
2 weeks.
Yeah. And then yeah, and then so we were literally like, okay, like I was at that point, I was like, I just want to go home. Like I'm sick of being by myself. I was by myself this whole time.
Yeah, because you were in a hotel, right?
Inside.
You were like a separate, like, because you were
Oh
no
yeah,
longer.
the last few days. Yeah, I was in a hotel the last part of my trip because
I would
I
feel
went
so
to the
trapped.
airport and I couldn't go. Yeah, I went to check in for my flight and I couldn't even go because, what was it? I had a negative rapid test, but I didn't have a negative PCR test, and they're different. And so like a PCR test is more accurate than a rapid test, and they're like, we don't accept rapid tests. Sorry.
So what
and,
was
like,
the point?
Fuck you guys.
And so I literally had to stay. I had to stay in the hotel there for a week, and then I left after that.
By yourself?
But by myself. So I was by myself for like 3 weeks, and then but I wanted to leave so bad. So I was like, okay, Mom, what could we do? Like I'm still positive, but I wasn't showing any symptoms. And she was like, Claire, like I looked up that actually, like if you're a U.S. citizen, you can fly with a doctor's letter. So I was doing all this research, like looking for doctors and like all this stuff. And I found a doctor who was so nice and like knew my situation and was willing to write a doctor's letter for me so I can fly home. And he wrote and the funny thing is like he wrote this doctor's letter for me and everything. And I was like, okay, we're going home. They booked my last flight and I didn't even need it. Because then he was like, okay, you need one more test before you fly. So I was like, okay.
And that one came back negative.
And it came back negative. So I was like, okay, I didn't even need that
All
letter.
this hard
like,
work for
Yo, rip up
nothing.
that
I know.
letter.
I was like,
I don't
okay,
even
whatever.
need
But
you.
at least I like tested negative. So I was like, okay, that's good, and I can fly home.
Yeah, well, I actually like that because
So
even if you weren't testing like negative, the fact that you did only because either way, even with that doctor's note, even if low-key you were positive, like you would have technically like would have gone to the flight like fucking infected and shit. So I'm glad that either way though, like you.
Well, because you're allowed to do it if you're not, because you're technically not contagious, even if it's in your system, you're not showing symptoms. I don't know. It's just a weird thing about like after a certain amount of time, it could still be in your system, but you won't give it to someone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you're allowed to fly. I don't know. It's like, luckily I
know,
tested
this shit.
negative
I
at
don't
the
know how it
end,
works.
so it
Yeah,
was
I'm
fine. I
just
know
get the
it
fuck away from
was
me if
so
you have COVID.
complicated. The last part of my trip, it was like crazy, but now I'm back. So it's all
No,
good.
I got so happy when you fucking like came home. I was like, dude, you were supposed to come home like almost a month ago, like a week, like almost.
I
like,
know. I was supposed to go home like March 5th, March 6th.
So
I came home like March 16th.
That was
so-
definitely scary, and I
yeah.
personally for me, and also with Aubrey, I don't think we've ever had anyone that was like out of the country and trying to like get back in here and be like, hey, how's the situation? But like you literally
I
couldn't
know.
come back, and
It's
you're
like
literally
worst
stuck.
case scenario.
And she's by
That's
herself.
what's crazy, but now, yeah, I was by myself too. I wasn't with my family, and my mom was like, I was calling my mom, and I felt so sad for her because I could see how sad she was, and she was like, I wish I was there to take care of you. But then I was telling my mom, I was like, no, because like I don't want to risk you getting COVID too, because like she's like older, and so I would feel like shit like giving her COVID and then making her sick. Like I would feel like, so bad about that. So I'm like, no, like I'll be fine. And I got better.
Yeah, I'm
and
a
I
tough
came
ass
home.
bitch. I
Yeah, and
got
now
this.
she's back in the
like-
U.S. bitches.
And it definitely made me stronger mentally. So
Hell yeah.
I
At least
got
you're
through
being
that by
optimistic and
myself.
positive about it.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
great.
I
It
would
took-
have been having a meltdown every fucking day. Like,
No, I
want my
literally, there was
mom.
a few days where I was really, really sad.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mom, like, I just want to go home. And they're like, Claire, you have to be strong. Like, I know you're strong. And so I was like, I know, like, I'll get through it. And I did.
Oh,
So-
I'm sorry, Claire, that you had to go through that. but
No,
I'm
it,
just
like, those
so
things, like,
happy.
make you mentally stronger. So it's, like,
That's
it's
what
all
What
Yeah.
good.
doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Exactly. That's
Exactly.
really true. And I know, like,
Yeah.
for example, like, I'm definitely a mommy's girl. And, like, Aubriana calls me out, like, bitch, you really think you're going to move out and, like, not miss your mom? Like, yeah, you're right. Like, I talk to my mom, like, 24 hours
She tells her
every day.
everything.
Like,
Yeah,
she's
I
my
know.
best friend. So,
I
like,
all
love
the
your
time.
mom.
the fact, I know, thank you.
I mean, I love her
Mommy,
too,
We love
but-
you. Love you, Sylvia. But, like, for me, like, that definitely would have taken the biggest toll on my life, only because my mom is my best friend. My mom, other than you, she's my sister. She's everything to me.
No,
So
I know.
for me, like, I'm pretty sure I would have wanted that mommy fucking hug.
That
I
was
wanted,
the hardest being away from
you
my
wanted-
mom.
yeah,
in
you
that
Yeah, when
wanted
you're
to be
sick,
there.
that's what you want. You
You
just want
wanna
like
be at
somebody to take
home,
care
like,
of you.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
just fucking sucked. But so fuck COVID, man. See what you fucking do to us.
What the
Shit.
hell?
But hey, get
But
vaccinated
now-
though.
What?
I was like, get vaccinated.
Oh yeah, get vaccinated for sure. But like I didn't get my vaccine because I'm immune right now. That's what like I was talking to like all these doctors and people I've heard, and they're like, you don't need a vaccine for a while just because I have the antibodies since I've actually had COVID.
Yeah.
So, but I still need to get the vaccine in a few months. But right now I don't need to get it.
Well, talking about vaccines, you guys, I got my second shot
Mhm.
on fucking Saturday. Perfectly fine Saturday. I had a little bit of a headache, but also I think it's because my mom told me she had a headache, and I was like, oh my God, I'm thinking about it now. I have a headache. So I don't think
Placebo effect.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. However, the next day, I think I recorded that podcast last week, and afterwards I told Aubriana, like, bro, I don't feel good. I feel dead. Like my body.
So you didn't feel good after?
But she still went to work.
I still want to work. I felt kind of in a way hungover. I guess felt like drained.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
very
yeah,
drained to
tired.
the point where like when I came back from work, I literally had to go pee, and I literally didn't have energy to go pee. I was like, you know what? If I fucking just pee, I pee. Like that's how like bad it was. I really felt like just tired and just like
but that's
lazy.
your body like fighting it off.
That's
That's
what it
your
was.
body like.
So that's just why I just wanted to make that clear. Only because like I know a lot of people say that they didn't get any side effects, or if they did get side effects, it was a little bit different. That was my side effect. So just letting you
I
guys
kind
know
of did.
that was mine. But you got the first
Well,
one. You haven't gotten the
I've
second
only
one.
got my first one.
The
and
first
Okay.
one, no symptoms.
Well,
Just
I
a
was-
little sore.
I was fine like all day. And then like the second that I hit the 12-hour mark, my nose was so stuffy. I started having a cough. I felt like lethargic as hell. But like I was also, it was like 10 o'clock at night. So I was like, whatever, I'm just going to go to sleep. And then I woke up the next morning and I still had a stuffy nose. And then like throughout the day, I just felt like really tired. But then again, like when it hit like 10 at night again, my nose started getting really stuffy and I was like coughing a bunch. But then I woke up the next day and I was fine. I just had I had a really gnarly bruise.
Bitches.
Really?
If you haven't seen any of her like latest posts, go check her out. Her like latest post, because she literally, her own Band-Aid literally gave her a bruise. Like what the fuck was that?
But also
Really?
maybe it could have been my boss.
was
Because you know how they
crazy.
tell you to like move your arms so that it doesn't get all sore? My boss was all like, massage it like as hard as you can to like just really get it like moving around. And
Really?
maybe that like wasn't like the best idea.
This bitch has
Yeah.
an imprint. Literally the imprint of a
It's
fucking
still kind of
Band-Aid.
there. And I got it last Tuesday and
Mhm.
it's still like a little bit of a bruise. But also I think I'm anemic, so I probably just need some iron.
Good shit, bitch.
Yeah,
I'm anemic
probably.
too. Yes.
Oh, look at us.
But also, like,
But
I need to take my
that's
iron
not something
pills.
to be proud
I
of.
know.
That's not something to be
I'm
proud
like,
of.
okay, though, I gotta take my supplements. But, you know.
Ooh, but something that I'm wondering, have you ever modeled with any celebrities? Like big
Actually,
celebrities?
yes, I
Ooh.
have.
Ooh.
Haley Bieber. One time I didn't
Also known
like
as
actually.
Haley
Haley Baldwin,
Yeah.
now married to Justin Bieber.
I
But-
forgot that was her
Not
last
good
name
one.
before.
Baldwin?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah. I
just
still
know them as the
low-key call, I
Biebers.
still
I know,
call her
'cause
Baldwin.
they've been married for so
Yeah,
long.
I still say like Haley Baldwin, but I know it's Bieber. I'm sorry, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I love you.
I'm obsessed with Alec Baldwin. They all,
Oh,
all,
the-
they
all
like,
the
they all like
brothers,
live
all
in
the
town.
fucking-
I always
yeah.
see them around town. And I'm like, it's him.
Yeah.
Fangirl.
Sure.
Yeah, a lot of celebrities live in Santa Barbara. Actually,
Do you fangirl? Have you ever fangirled over like a celebrity or something? Over like a photo shoot that you were
I mean,
doing
did
for
you
a
with
celebrity?
Haley?
So okay,
Yeah.
so with her, like the thing is, like with like jobs like that, you have to act professional. You can't be like, oh my god, can I have a picture with you, or like like freak out. Like you can't just because you're on set and you're like working basically. So like when I saw her, like in my head, I was like, oh my god, wait, that's Haley Bieber. Like that's crazy. And then because we were in the same dressing room, but we didn't like model together. We were like, she was the main model. I was the model that they were dressing for her to wear. So we were like the same measurements, kind of. And I didn't expect to see her at all. They didn't even tell me. And I was in the dressing room and she walked in with like a hoodie and sweatpants and like no makeup. And she was like, oh, oops, it's my fault. Sorry. Anyways, so she walked in like with no makeup and like she was like gorgeous, like super pretty. But she was like shorter though. I think she was like 5'7" or like 5'8"
Oh.
or something. She wasn't tall.
Oh,
She's
damn. Well, I feel like
Well,
the
that's
way
still taller than me.
I thought she was tall. I thought she was like 5'11". I thought she was
No, yeah, I thought she was tall too, but she's on the shorter side.
Oh,
She's
shit.
like around my
Okay.
height. Yeah. But I like looked at her and I was like, should I say hi? I don't know. And I didn't. I like freaked out. I like didn't say hi because I was like, I just got to like, I don't know, like I saw her. And so I like looked at her and I smiled and then she smiled back at me. And then she like went in her little room and I was like, why didn't I say hi to her? Like I could have said hi to her. I had the opportunity, but
Damn it,
it's
I missed
whatever.
my
At least she
shot.
smiled at me. So, and then I got to watch her behind the scenes model. So it was cool. I was like watching her like do her thing.
Cool.
So
Dang, you
That's
can tell everybody
awesome.
I was in the same room as Hailey Bieber and I smiled at her.
Yeah.
She smiled back.
She smiled at me.
So
We didn't talk, but yeah.
I know that you do. I want to say what kind of modeling do you do? Because I know you don't do more commercial. You don't do like lingerie as much. You still do it, but are you more of a fashion model, right?
I'm more of a fashion model, but I have done kind of everything.
Have
like,
you done
I have
any
done
music
lingerie,
videos? Because I know one of your closest friends, like she's like on every tag of music video. So like,
yeah.
do you ever like have you ever done?
I
any
haven't
of
really
those?
done music videos. It's not really my thing. Just because it's like they look. I don't want to like put like categories, but like they look for a certain type of girl.
Yeah.
Like they
That
look for
party
like
girl,
that like
that,
party girl. They look for like kind of like big butt.
Yeah.
Kind of like
For music videos.
like
Hello, you
that.
want ass shaking?
I mean, that's
everywhere.
what they want.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
for their videos, like that's like, and I'm not really that vibe. So that's why I just like it.
Bitch, you are that vibe, okay?
Keep
Just
it
not-
down.
Yeah. This bitch
with
is
Gigi.
no. This girl, you might think that she's innocent. She looks so innocent. I'm trying. She's crazier than me. All right, you guys. All right. So I hate when people freaking like, oh my gosh, she's bad at influence. I'm sorry. No, I'm literally like the most innocent one here. Like dead ass. I'm like,
Yeah. No,
I really
yeah.
am though. I really haven't done as much shit as people think I have done. So when people are like, oh my god, you hang out with Gigi, you're gonna smoke with her. I'm like, bitch. If
She's
anything,
afraid to do anything.
they're the ones asking me to smoke. The fuck, it's off. I'm just like, okay, I got the shit. So like,
Yeah.
So I know growing up in high school, we all know each other from high school. However, we kind of like low-key came together for church. We were all in.
I hate this.
Wait, so you went to Young Life, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah, so you did Young Life.
Okay.
She
Yeah,
was
I
there at
did.
the time that you were there.
Oh,
When we were there.
okay.
I would leave.
We just didn't know each other, but
Also, we were like, she was with DP. We were like, man, we don't fuck with,
Oh,
we
yeah.
don't fuck
Oh,
with
yeah,
that
yeah.
side of that school and
It's a
shit,
difference.
So we met during
Hater.
church camp, Young Life. How was that experience, you guys? Because I feel like a lot
that
of
was fun.
Really?
I hate. Well, okay. In the beginning, I loved Young Life. Like I used to. My mom wouldn't. She would never give me rides, so I had to stay at my Young Life leader's house on the nights that we had Young Life.
Oh, really?
Because that's the only way that I would go. My mom was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna fucking take you. So me and my Young Life leader were super close and we hung out all the time. But then I felt like my junior year, she was really into it and they were all trying to get everyone to do it. And then my senior year, I felt it was the same thing. They still want to always be getting new people. So it's okay, she was like, now you're in it. So I'm gonna try and get all these new people in. And we went we were hanging out all the time. And then we went to, the camp up. That's
Woodley.
that's 7 hours away. And it was it wasn't me and my friend weren't participating. We just I don't know, we weren't sharing the same things. Because there's younger people there. And when younger people are telling the hard stuff in their life, it's it's not really the same as mine. And I don't really want to down on your story. And so my Young Life leader was so why aren't you participating? Why aren't you in it? And I was
everyone's story is different. So it's sometimes you can't relate to certain
yeah. And
people.
I was I'm here and I'm doing it. And I'm not down for it. And she's well, you can go home if you don't want to do it. And I was go home?
Really?
Yeah, she literally
Young
was
Life
you
leader
can
told
go
you that?
home.
Oh my God.
And she told me and my friend that both. And I was we're so far away from home. Also, I thought we're supposed to be accepting here.
Yeah.
I just thought, I didn't think that I had to be fully immersed in it to be allowed to be there.
Also, I felt Young Life
that's
they
messed
also
up.
made sure that even though if you weren't Christian, we didn't care if you were Catholic, if you were atheist, whatever it was, we accepted you. So the
Yeah.
fact that you didn't want to share stuff, because don't get me wrong, when we sat down in our cabins and stuff, we were deep. There was a lot of shit that
people actually really opened up.
they really opened up about their parents being alcoholics, them hurting themselves. Just we really were very vulnerable. So the fact that we had the balls to do that at a very young age and not being forced, that's because that was us. We felt comfortable. So the fact that you didn't and they were kind of oh, well, in that case, bye, bitch.
I was always open about being
that's not accepting.
yeah, I was always open about being I
that's
don't
why I think they're hypocritical.
Yeah.
Insane.
I was I wasn't really raised going to church or being all religious. So I was this is very foreign to me, but I'm trying it because look at how you guys are all having fun, but it just wasn't the best.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Also, one of the girls that we brought gave lice to all of our cabins.
Yeah, I remember
I
that.
forgot about
you
that.
remember that we were all
Dude,
fucking talking
she
shit. We're
had
damn, get the fuck away from those girls. They
But
have fucking
she
lice.
had so much lice on her head. She literally when I think on the second day they found out that she had lice, and then we had to be off in separate cabins, and all of us had to go through the whole lice thing. But she they said that there was so much lice on each strand of her hair that they were we have to cut your hair, and she wasn't down to cut it, so she just stayed in the separate separate cabins
By
for the rest
herself?
of it. And they had to be, whenever we would do group activities, like they had to be like off to the side.
Oh my God. That's
I
I didn't think it was
forgot
that
about that.
severe. Holy shit, I feel bad for
She
you,
was
girl. I'm sorry.
filled with lice. And
But also, like,
We're
bitch,
just
wash
like,
your hair.
stay away.
The fuck?
for
Yeah,
real.
I know.
Like, wash your hair, girl. Also, like, same time, like, we're all girls. I've low-key, I've had lice when I was, like, in 2nd and 3rd grade. That's because I was in cheer, so I would share everyone's hairbrush. But now, ever since I got that shit, I was like, hell no. Wash my hair, get the fuck, don't use your fucking comb, bitch. You ain't using mine. But yeah, I still kind of share.
Yeah, you do. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Back to you. So what do you do like when you're not modeling? Like, do you have like a 9-to-5 job?
Actually, yes. I actually just got hired for my new job.
She's employed, bitches.
Yeah, just because
Yes.
I love modeling. That's like my passion and everything. But there's like some like slower times and there's some like faster times. And like right now it's a slower time because of COVID. And I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity to kind of start a job that I want to do after modeling to get the experience. So I was like, I'm just gonna apply to a lot of interior design places because my major is interior design. So it's like the design of like homes, obviously, like
hit her
the
up,
inside
you
of
guys.
homes, like
Mhm.
furniture and like wallpaper, colors, all that. And I've actually learned how to do like floor plans and like stuff like that.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's really cool. So I applied to a few places and I literally just like walked in places with my resume and because my mom, I was gonna like call and like apply online and my mom was like, no, just walk in, like they love that. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm just
Showing
gonna do
some
that.
initiative.
you're
Showing
ready.
initiative, like you want to, yeah. So I like walked into this one place and it was crazy because like I don't know if you believe in like meant to be and stuff like that. But,
Oh,
like
yeah.
I really,
Oh, yeah.
I believe in that
We
a lot. Like
definitely do.
everything's meant to be, and so like I like walked in there, and like okay, so like before that, right before that, I went into this place and the lady was like, sorry, like we literally just hired we just hired an intern like right before you, like a week ago. Like I'm so sorry, we're not looking to hire. And I was sad about it, but I was like, I was with my mom and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get hired today. Like watch, like we're gonna go to Montecito. I'm gonna apply to these places and like
I'm trying to
gonna
manifest
get
some
hired.
shit.
I was
It fucking
manifesting.
works.
If you
No,
say it, it will
manifesting works.
happen.
No, exactly. I like spoke into the universe. I was like, I'm gonna get hired today. Like watch. And the next place I go into, she was like, oh my God, that's perfect. You came in, like sit down, like I'll ask you, like, because I
They
like,
interviewed
came
you
in,
right there
they
and then.
interviewed me on the spot. Like I was like, hi, like I'm looking for a job, like I'm interior design major, blah blah blah. And she's like, sit down, like I want to ask you questions. And she's like, it's so crazy you walked in here, like I was just talking to them how we wanted to hire someone new. And then she told me, she's like, I feel like that's meant to be. And I was like, what the heck? And then she was like, can you work like 4 days a week? Like do what? And then I was like, I told her my experience and all that. And she's like, yeah, like we'll get back to you. Like, and she like called me and was like, yeah, we want to hire you. Can you come in? So it literally happened within like a week and I was like hired. So it was really cool. And I was just thinking like positive thoughts, like I'm going to get hired. It's okay. Like I'll find the
hell
right
yeah.
people, you know.
The fact that, you know, you got, I guess, they said no to you at the other job, and you're kind of like,
Mhm.
shit,
Yeah.
fuck, all right.
Because like that could let you down
You
and be
could
like
definitely
whatever,
drag
you
you
know?
down, but obviously if you have the mentality and you're kind of
If
like,
you
all
have
right,
a positive
cool.
mindset,
Mhm.
like positive things will like attract
And
you.
it fucking
Yeah.
works, and that's
It
fucking
works.
proof right there. That really is fucking proof.
Yeah, and
Hell
so
yeah.
I love it. I love my boss. I work Monday through Thursday. I actually been helping with like a real project for a client for this house in Montecito. So I was actually helping her like
Well,
pick
shit.
out like
Whenever
furniture.
you have like your clients are ever like fucking Harry or fucking Megan, let me know. I'll be like, oh my
Oh,
god,
yeah,
I'm
no,
here
that-
to drop
that'd
off
be
lunch to
nice.
Claire.
That'd be so nice. Go to
No,
Harry
here,
and Megan's
Claire.
house.
I
Hey, Claire,
heard you're
come and
hungry.
visit. I'm just trying to take
Oh,
a picture.
also,
low-key.
yeah, today I dropped off furniture for Emma Watson. So
Oh,
that was
bitch.
cool. From Harry
Okay.
Potter. So that was cool.
Hell
Also
yeah.
from
was
Beauty
like,
and the
did
Beast.
you,
I
like,
love her from
see
Beauty and
her?
the Beast.
No, I didn't see her. I
Oh.
dropped it off to
It's okay still.
Well, no, she walked into our store the other day and she
Does she
talked
live
to my
in like
coworker.
Montecito area? She lives in
She's
this
buying
area?
a house in Montecito.
Oh,
She lives
cool,
in
cool,
LA.
cool.
So she was looking for new furniture. And so she just bought like 3 of our chairs that we had. So my boss was like, Claire, can you please drive over there she's staying at San Ysidro Ranch.
Bitch, yes.
You'd be like, I
She's like, can you
touched the
drive over there and drop
chairs
them off? So
that she is sitting on.
yeah.
Low-key, I would have like
Yeah.
sat down
Like,
there, but like
Emma.
low-key, she's gonna sit down in
We
here.
sat
and
in the
she's
same
yeah, she's literally, like,
Yeah,
touch my
exactly.
shit.
Yeah. So I dropped them off to like the receptionist person. But yeah, I didn't get to see her. But yeah. No, it's cool though. She,
It's
like,
okay. You still know that happened. And you can
Yeah.
still say that you did that.
Yeah. So that was cool.
Well, like that was just your first couple weeks of working there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So
my, like,
imagine
second
in a
week.
month, 2 months, bitch, you're gonna know the whole fucking world. You're gonna see everyone.
Yeah.
So
So I'm happy with everything right now.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I know in high school you were I'm telling you, she did more shit than me. I'm telling you, I'm the fucking prude here. Like I'm the fucking boring ass bitch. How the fuck did you get into clubs so young? Because I know that
Yeah.
every fucking weekend you're younger than me. You were literally out at fucking One Oak, fucking all these fucking clubs in LA, all these fucking Hollywood-ass, nice-ass places. Was it because of the promoters? And if it was, how is that with the promoters?
Okay, so that kind of goes with, like, what I do with, like, modeling. You know how I said I started when I was, like, 15, 16?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that kind of goes with the industry. And so, like, and with social media, like, a lot of promoters and stuff reach out to models when they know you're a model and stuff. And, like, when you've been to LA and they notice you at restaurants and stuff like that, they'll, like, DM you or, like, whatever. And they'll be like, hey, like, can I take you out to a club? But, like, you need to obviously make sure it's not, like, sketchy. And, like, you need to, like, if they do reach out to you, like, look at their Instagram, make sure they have a good following, make sure you know people that know them. Because, like, you can't just say yes to any guy, obviously, you know.
Dangerous.
Especially
but yeah,
in LA.
No, yeah, but it's their job to do that, to get, like,
hot
pretty
girls, young girls.
Yeah, pretty girls into their club because they get paid for that. And so, like, yeah, I'd go with my friends. I've been to Hyde and One Oak and a few other clubs in LA, and it was
like,
really fun.
And you'll be like,
and I would just walk in without my ID.
Yeah,
like,
I'm saying,
I wouldn't even show
I'd be like,
my
bitch,
ID.
I'm too scared to even go before I'm 18 because obviously some clubs in like LA that are 18 and over. But I knew when I wasn't 18 and obviously she was younger than me, I'd be like, the fuck, bitch, I haven't even gone there. How the fuck did you get in there? And I'm like, oh, fucking promoters.
I know, it's nice. It's because they, like, know, like, the owners of the club and stuff. So
if you
like,
just walk in with them, you're kind of like, all right, you're with him. Like,
yeah, they'd be like, oh, with him.
And were you able to
like,
drink with them as
yeah,
well? Like,
because they get us a table with a bottle like
service.
they get like a bottle service with, like, vodka and, like, cranberry juice and stuff.
Oh, cranberry vodka.
Yeah, I mean that would be, But, like,
is that your drink?
What is your drink? No, that's usually what they would have for us. But my drink, my drink. No, I don't normally like vodka. I normally like tequila.
No, we don't.
Oh my gosh,
thank you. No, this is why Claire is one of my closest
guys
friends.
like to
She's one of the
die?
only white bitches that don't fuck with vodka. She
I don't
only fucks
literally, like,
with tequila.
No, because, like, if I'm, like, near vodka or, like, I smell it, oops. I want to throw up. I don't like it. Like, I'll take a shot of vodka and I might throw up.
I don't like vodka or tequila. I mean, I'll drink
She's
it.
a dark liquor bitch. She likes, like, whiskey
Do you like
and all that
tequila
shit.
or, like, or
she would
whiskey?
do it, but she wouldn't. Like,
I just like the drunk that I get when I drink whiskey or bourbon. It's a lot nicer
it's your
and
friend
smoother.
of me. You don't know what you're gonna get that day.
Yeah, so that's dangerous. I already get too fucked up sometimes. So,
well,
like,
bitch,
on
honestly,
tequila, I don't even know what the fuck I'd be like.
Well, the fact
I'd be
that
messaging all the wrong
you
people.
never went out, like, the party scene, we have here in our town, we have, like, a specific spot where the college is, and, like, it's a little, like, a college town. So we party there a lot.
I went.
And it's funny because, like, people not even from here know about Isla Vista.
Hell
like,
yeah.
Everyone, like, knows about Isla Vista.
Everyone we were known for Deltopia, you guys. So people from, like, up in the Bay, San Francisco, like, down south in LA.
People literally have told me,
Everyone
like,
would just
I've,
come.
like, driven, like, across, like, 4 hours just to
That's what people hate
Deltopia.
because people come from out of town, and that's who the people that actually.
But I feel like
Deltopia
Deltopia it's kind of really stopped until, like, I think it stopped, like, 2014, 2015 when, like, that, like,
because
the cars
kept
were on
dying.
fire, all that shit,
Yeah, shit kept happening.
But
like,
mentioning that town, I do remember one time when we were out, we went to a fucking, like, frat party, which is why I would never go to another frat party ever in my fucking life.
Oh, gosh.
I always party with my girl, okay?
I feel like this is when we, like, bonded, though.
I think that's how we became, like, really close friends.
Yeah.
We were out partying, and then eventually, we were hanging out with the frat boys, We're like, oh my God, yes.
We were having fun.
Yeah, and this guy was really mingling with you, and I was like, okay, here, I got you. I'm your wing woman.
You noticed too. You're kind of like, okay, he's messing with Claire. Like, you kind of noticed that before.
So that's why I didn't want to leave you alone. It's kind of like, all right, I'm gonna be with you. If he's gonna offer you a drink and you're with me, all right, we're going together. Eventually, what had happened is we took that one shot, literally half of, like, a glass.
It was one shot because I knew I was fine. Before that, I wasn't.
It's like 2 minutes, 3 minutes from, like, where we were at, walking to, like, outside, just downstairs. This bitch was different. She was perfectly fine. All of a sudden, she was like, oh my God. Wait, Gigi, hold on. Can you wait? You're walking too fast.
I couldn't even. We were walking down the stairs, and I was like, Gigi, I can't even, like, walk. I was, like, holding on to this side.
This bitch got roofied.
I was, like, dizzy.
In front of our face. In front of my face. And I'm not going to lie to you, though. I think the reason why I didn't do it is because I purposely got mine.
And I was lucky because
she got it from him.
Gigi saw it.
And she took it, and I was like, when I noticed her down the stairs within, like, literally
You didn't take it with her?
Huh?
You didn't take it?
No, we did. However, like,
but it was a different.
We were in a spot where, like, that guy got 2 drinks. He only had 2 hands. So he had his and he had hers. And I'm like, okay, well, let me grab mine. And I grabbed mine.
Yeah.
So I'm going to assume whatever the fuck he gave her was the
because
roofied
he
one.
handed it to me.
He handed it to her.
Yeah.
So 2 minutes after that situation happened, we were going downstairs to go to, like, where the actual dancing part or whatever. And literally just couldn't
couldn't
she
even
couldn't walk. And I was like,
Yeah.
wait, girl, like we drink the same amount. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know?
I'm so sorry.
And this girl, like, I'm pretty sure she got roofied, and
then
me
I was
being
like, you need to
responsible.
call your mom. Like, I can't even be here.
And I did, and we walked her
Yeah.
to like the local, like one of the Freebirds, whatever that one restaurant
'Cause
was.
and I was like, I can't call my mom. Like, you need to call your
And
mom.
my
I
mom
don't wanna
fucking
call
saved
my
the fucking
mom.
day, and she came for us. And like low key though, this bitch threw
No,
up all
her
over my
mom-
card.
I know. No,
But it's
I just
okay.
want to say, like, your mom saved everything.
Well,
Like,
how-
she, like, literally
Well, that's why you have
saved
to be
me.
careful. I think that's one of the reasons why I stopped partying in IV, because that's how fast it
Yeah.
changed. Because we were perfectly fine, literally drinking like only maybe like three drinks in, literally. So we were not fucked up. And after that, like that moment, I saw my girl literally like she looked different. Something was going on.
Yeah.
So just be careful,
You
you
need to be
guys. You never
safe.
know. But also like hang out with people that you know that will fucking be there for you and care for you. Because if I wasn't there, I wouldn't know what the hell would have happened to Claire.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'm really glad
I'm so
that-
appreciative I had you there, honestly, because I don't know what would have happened
But
if
also,
you weren't.
now we know not to take fucking drinks from
Not
males,
to-
man.
yeah,
Like,
don't take
fuck,
drinks from
I'll
guys.
get my
Don't
own
take
drink.
drinks from
offer it.
anyone.
Don't. No.
Literally,
Not a good
don't take a
idea.
drink unless you watch them pour. Even then, because like they could have put something in the bottle. Like I
Yeah.
don't take
Get
anything
your
from
own drink,
anyone. I
girls.
bring all my
Get your
own.
I'm not gonna
drink,
lie, I was a little bit naive.
Trust
Kind of
nobody.
like, oh my god, free
Yeah.
drinks. I would do it. But once
Only
I
that
saw
only
it in
works
my
at a bar.
eyes, yeah.
Only free drinks at a bar, not free drinks from somebody's house.
Yeah, exactly.
So we fucked up, but now we know better, and I'm just glad that I was around to like.
I'm glad I had my
take care,
girl
yeah,
with me.
to take care of my
'cause
friends, because I will want them to do the same thing if they ever saw me like in that situation.
I would do the same
You
exact.
know?
I would do
Which
the
you
same
have,
thing.
bitch. I've been fucked up, and you're like, bitch. Okay, go to take a nap. You're fine. I'd be like, okay. And then what happens? I come back to
Power
life.
nap and then
You know,
turn
that's
up. Turn
literally-
up.
No, at her birthday party, she literally goes
Oh,
like, Gigi
that was
knows
so
me.
fun.
Gigi knows me. I used to like sleep. I used
Yeah,
to
my first night we went to Palm Springs. My first night I blacked out. At 10 o'clock, right?
yeah,
yeah.
you're like, Gigi
And then-
knows me.
Yeah.
If Gigi says I only need an hour nap,
I know, because
I
everyone
only
kept
need an
coming in
hour
my
nap.
room because we had a house. Everyone kept coming in my room. Was like, Claire, are you okay? Claire, like, and I'd be like, no, Gigi knows. I just need a rest and I'll be fine. And then they're like,
Which
Give me
is
20
true though.
minutes.
This bitch was literally gone for like only like half an hour. She goes, all right, another shot. I'm good. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, bitch. Like, shout out to you.
yeah.
But
Yeah, I didn't want to be done the first night and be like, fall asleep. Like, no. I was like, I'm going to get up.
I know.
I'm not that
So
bitch.
our lives are pretty fun, you guys. If you guys want to check us out, like just follow our Instagrams and you won't be missing out.
Yes.
But it is the end of the episode. So before
Oh, yeah.
I finish
Mhm.
and end this, I want to make sure that you put out all of your socials because
Mhm.
I want them to know how they can find you, follow your YouTube. So
Yes.
mention all that for them.
Well, first of all, please subscribe to their amazing
Thank you.
podcast because you're my girl. I love you. And you guys, I watch your guys' podcast and I love you guys
Thank
together.
you.
And
Thank you.
Yeah, so please do that because
Subscribe, bitches.
Subscribe.
At Primo Media Group for YouTube, but then obviously our socials at Gigilicious and Aubriana Marie.
Aubriana
Real talk.
Marie. On TikTok too. I finally made it to, I have over 100 followers now. So if you weren't the 100
Ooh.
follower, but you should still do
Yes.
it because that shit's cool.
It's funny. She has daily ass shit. It's pretty cool.
I post funny shit. I get the most responses when I post like motivational TikToks.
Fuck
I'm like, come on,
yeah.
bitch, get out of bed. Stop disassociating. Do something productive.
But I wanted to make sure that you guys follow my girl's YouTube channel because she's trying to get into it. But also, you guys see
Oh,
her
me?
like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
she
me.
has a
No,
couple
I'm-
videos up.
You
You're
too,
like,
bitch.
Who? You're like, who's starting one? You, bitch.
Yeah, no, I really want to start YouTube.
You want to tell them your handle on that? What's your at for
I think
YouTube?
it is. Wait, let me double check. I think it's Claire S. Walters. So my Instagram is Claire S. Walters for you to know. I think it's the same username on my
Well, my
YouTube.
YouTube is Gigi
Mine's just my-
World.
Mine's just my email, I think. So
Alrighty.
Well,
look
you'll
me
see
up.
it.
I also link you whenever I post. I link it to my Instagram. So
There you go.
Also, check
Yeah.
out her Instagram though, guys. It's fucking steamy. All right.
Fire-ass
Like she
pictures
has
on
some
there.
great
Model
ass
photos.
photos. All right. But thank you so much, Claire, for spending time with us and joining
thank you
us.
so
so
much,
much fun.
Gigi
Had
and
so
Aubrey,
much
for
fun with
having
you.
me. I really appreciate it.
But
Come back
well,
anytime.
Yeah, for
Okay.
real, girl.
I for sure will.
Yay.
But
This is so much fun.
this is
Love
the
it.
end of the episode, you guys. We will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.